Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we finally have the deck list that I used to reach King of Games. To be fair guys, I actually reached King of Games from the Legend rank 5 off screen, while from Legend 3 to 5 I was on stream. So if you actually catch the streams, actually even from before, like even from Legend rank 1, but I was using a different deck. So with this one, I actually climbed from Legend rank 4 to Kage, maybe 3, not sure, but this is, of course, you're gonna see the best replays of this. This is another version, as I already anticipated to you, because of Source de Flare and the Herald stuff, the one card Synchro level 4 toolbox. But this instead is with Machina. It's even better because there is even more synergy between these cards, as you will see in the deck list explanation and in the replays. But before jumping right into it guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Sherry actually, and first thing first, thanks to Jamie in first place for the suggestion of the skill and the combo Surge de Flare plus Old Entity Aster, but we went even further with this. But let's start from the skill. Now the skill, as you can see, is pretty generic, and it does, I mean, we're never using actually the second part of the skill, almost never, the ones of the boost, to be honest. But it just requires you to have a Wind Synchro monster in your extra deck, and we happen to have it. It's the Old Entity Aster, and we're having 1500 of life points for free. And not gonna lie, these literally saved me tons of times because my opponent just didn't pay attention to it and he thought he had lethal through 4k, but of course 4k was not enough. So you can literally play any other skill, to be honest, but these just happen to be the easiest one to use and you literally have to do nothing. Again, the boost, never used it, to be honest. So as you can see, this deck literally works without skill. You don't need any skill to activate. You don't need to press any yellow button in order to activate any effect or combo, so you're chilling. So let's start from the beginning. We have a Synchro toolbox here that is actually made of 6 starters. These 6 starters are triple Righty Driver and triple Deskbot 003. So why they are 1 card combo Herald, or actually 1 card combo into a Synchro level 4? Because we have Righty Driver, then on his normal summon, it will special summon a Lefty Driver from end, deck or graveyard. And this guy is a level 2, but when it's special summoned, you can activate its effect, so you can decide even not to, and you can activate its effect of making himself a level 3. So you have 1 tuner plus 3, you got your level 4, right? Then we have the second toolbox, that is the Deskbot 003. This guy on normal summon can special summon a Deskbot monster from your deck that is not, of course, himself, and the target is Deskbot 001. Thanks to the guys in chat for actually suggesting this. I didn't even know I had some Deskbot in my account. So the 001, you don't care about the other effect, to be honest. You just want him to be a tuner level 1 plus 3 non-tuner. It's a Synchro level 4. Now, from these two, not gonna lie, the Righty Driver is just better, just because the Lefty Driver, when it's in the graveyard, you can, not that turn you just send it to the graveyard, but the following turn you can banish it to get another Righty Driver. That's the reason why we're playing double Lefty Driver, so once can actually be banished as a following play, as a follow-up play, to get another Righty Driver and have access to another Synchro level 4. Then we have, I'm playing 001 guys, because I actually happened to draw a lot that only copy that I was playing of 001, and because Deskbot 003 just summons from the deck, yep, you really don't want to see 001 in your hand not having another one in the deck. I hope I made myself clear. Then it comes the spy. So keep in mind that all of these guys, all of these little guys, they are all machines and they are Earth. Why am I saying that? Well, because we're playing the Machina core deck here. We have triple Fortress, double Citadel, not triple, triple is just too much, and triple redeployment. Of course, the only really mandatory thing is the triple Fortress, to be honest. Double Citadel, even one, you could go away with it, but I suggest two. I understand redeployment trades a lot for you, even two could be fine, of course, but at least two would be optimal. 3 is ideal. So why do we love this? Why this synergizes with the machine stuff? Because keep in mind, Citadel special summon itself from the graveyard each time a face-up Earth machine monsters gets destroyed. So if your opponent pops a 003 or a lefty drive or a righty drive or a 001 and you have Citadel in the graveyard, boom, he comes back and you love it. Then you have the special summon Fortress that is a level 7 plus 1 plus 3, it's exactly 11. You can't even imagine how many duels I just won because of Trishula. Just summon Trishula and then most of the times I had the Citadel in my hand, so I could bring back Fortress on the field from the graveyard by discarding Citadel, because keep in mind the Fortress can be special summoned by discarding machine type monsters from your hand whose total levels equals 8 or more. So you can just discard the whole Citadel, the only Citadel alone to bring back this guy. Keep in mind, this guy can discard himself as well, plus one of the little boys to get out on the field. And he has popping effect when he gets destroyed by battle. You can pop a card your opponent controls, and when it's destroyed, of course, you can trigger Citadel's effect, and he comes back. So you're gonna see a lot of nice plays. And with all of this, we have Souche de Fleur. Super cool for two reasons. Why? Because Souche de Fleur can be special summoned by popping a monster you control in a card on the field. The card on the field can be a card your opponent controls, and it can be either a monster your opponent controls or a back row your opponent controls. That's super cool because of course you can get rid of back rows before going into your normal summon or your additional plays, so that's super fun. And because he pops, when you pop your own monster, of course, you get to trigger Citadel's effect from the graveyard. That's why it's super cool. But this synergizes, as I told you at the beginning of the video, with Astor. Because Astor, when he gets destroyed or actually sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, well, he becomes an equip card, and you can equip it to a monster your opponent controls to negate its effect, and he can't even attack. Plus, if eventually you have another Souche de Fleur for your next turn, you can even actually pop it as an equip spell and gain control of the monster it was equipped to. It's simply unreal. I love it. Super cool, honestly, really super cool. But we have other level 4. Of course, the prince, the king of the level 4s is Herald, right? That is auto win against Shaddolls, for example, even against zombies. If you go first and they don't have a Book of Moon or a Chalice, because all the stuff gets sent to the banish section. Maybe not really against just against Shaddolls, of course, and zombies, because they can't send anything to grave from the deck. That's super cool. And then what else we have? We have the last but not least, Underwood Fighter Balmung. Pretty nice synergy always with the Souche de Fleur, because when he gets destroyed by a card effect, and Souche de Fleur is a card effect of course, well, you get to summon a level 4 lower monster in your graveyard, so you could potentially bring back the Herald and have another negation, so that's super chill. Then we have, to complete the extra deck, a level 8, just in case you special summon the Fortress, then you normal summon this guy, and let's say they stop your righty driver's effect, so no lefty driver from the deck, you have still 1 plus 7, Synchro level 8, Scarlet Dragon Archfiend. You could decide to play some other cards. You could play the Cyber Slash RP Lady, but we don't really play that much of back rows. You can play also the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, but it's up to you, to be honest. I prefer to go with this, but it never won me any duel, to be honest. So Trishula, super mandatory. You know, it's so easy to make it. You could even think about playing 2. but 1 should be fine, because once that you summon it, really, you just won. Then we have Phoenix, because why not? We easily have a couple of monsters on the field. And then for the level 7, I'm playing just in case it's easy to get a couple of fortress summons because of how you summon it. Basically, you just need a fortress, a citadel, a couple of fortress, and either a citadel, and you're done. And it's likely to happen because of redeployment, of course. That lets you discard a card and grab 2 Machina monsters with different names from your deck. And when it happens, well, you can go with Dracosac or a Master of Blades. You can even go with B-Guy, to be honest. The extra deck is so tight, but it's up to you. This is pretty nice when you go first, especially against Sky Strikers. I think there's a duel you will see when literally Master of Blades just won me the duel, because he can negate and pop. He can negate anything that targets him, and when he negates, he pops a card, not actually targeting it. So it's super cool. And then we have Dracosac to actually help for in case you draw just a 0/0/1, you can summon a couple of tokens. He can pop cards on the field by attributing the tokens, but also it becomes indestructible by battle card effects as long as you control the token. Plus, when you summon the double token, you can actually trigger the effect of 0/0/1 from the graveyard. If 2 or more machine type monsters are special summoned at the same time, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Really unlikely to happen, but just to let you know that there is also this effect to trigger. Keep in mind also that the tokens are level 3, so if you summon the tokens that get this guy back from the graveyard, well, you have another way to go into another level 4, another Synchro level 4. Guys, this deck is super fun to play. You will see I managed to beat all of the meta decks. Of course, there are gonna be sometimes brick, sometimes just god hands from your opponent, but this deck has the potential to go over everything. Not gonna lie, you're gonna see it in replays. I played this on stream on Friday, so if you wanna see more live play of this, just check the live stream on Friday. Super cool, I kinda love it. And this is better than the version with Gear Free in my opinion, just because there is even more synergy to this with such the FLEUR and the Machina stuff. Really, really nice. Guys, I think I took even too much of your time for these explanations. Hope everything was cool and was clear. Of course, if not, just drop the questions in the comment section down below, so I can help, of course, just in case. And that's all. Let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against Yugioh. This should be Battle Chronicle. Yep. Let's see what we have. It's him to go first, and we have not a perfect end, but a very cool one thanks to FLEUR. Also, guys, keep in mind you can decide to give up the Kydroid, not really needed, just an additional defense. And also it's machine, so you can discard it with the Machina Fortress, but yeah. It's not really mandatory. We have Melody Awakening Dragon, so usual open of a Battle Chronicle deck, a couple back rows, maybe even 3, we were lucky. So we started with the righty driver, as you can see, to get the level 3 lefty driver, then Synchro level 4 into Old Entity Aster. This is the combo, FLEUR, popping the back row. He's got Ultimate Fusion, really nice. Because now what happens is that while he summons Ultimate Dragon, he pops the Astor, so the FLEUR comes anyway because we just forced the back row, and now Astor it keeps the Ultimate Fusion, but it's got the Crow. So that was actually unlucky for us, as we couldn't keep it. He had the perfect answer to that. Not just another back row attacking, going all in with the triple attack, but we have Kyra actually just one attack, so pretty nice. Redeployment, perfect draw to get the Fortress and the Citadel out. Then lefty driver's effect to get another righty driver. First, of course, a normal summon righty, get the level 3. He's got the successor, so he's not waiting for that because he knows we have access to level 4, so he's getting away with Tuner. But we got Social FLEUR's effect to pop the other back row and the lefty. Boom. Now no back rows, we don't care about nothing. But what happens? Because we popped the lefty driver, that is a machine Hearth, what happens? Citadel comes back on the field, but we have another summon still with Fortress from the hand from the graveyard by discarding the other Citadel we had in end. We can just attack at this point, get rid of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, going for lethal. What's lovely about this is that Such the Flare has such an high attack that literally helps, of course, to go lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fourth win in a row. We have Tia, let's see, Shadow Weaving powers, so it's actually Shaddoll's recently buffed. Let's see what we have. Double set. They kind of break, of course, I guess, right? So we have the Duskbot 003 to get the one to go into Herald of the Arclight, and he's kind of like, you know, turn 1 play. He's got Sinister Shadow Games to send a Shaddoll monster from the deck to the graveyard, but because we have Herald, well, he just banishes it. So, as I told you, this is the perfect answer to Shaddolls. He had the Shaddoll Fusion that can send monster from the deck to the graveyard to fusion summon because we have an extra deck monster. But of course, because we have Herald, the monsters were just banished. Then Construct to send stuff, we just negated that because otherwise it would have popped it by battle. Then Construct to get back his Incarnation. Plus, Sinister Shadow Games can now send something to grave because Herald is no longer on the field. We have the Shaddoll, then Incarnation to just flip the Shaddoll on up to make this come back to hand. Super fine, super cool because he can't finish us because he has. We have 5,500 life points, but we also have Chiroid, so we're really chilling right now. Then we got the redeployment, perfect draw to have the Citadel and the Fortress first summon. Then we got Righty Driver, and now here comes the Spice, making level 3, 3 plus 1 plus 7, it's 11. Trishula is here, Banish 3 is got the Incarnation to summon a boy from the graveyard, but we don't care because we're just gonna banish that he just summoned. There you go. And then another special summon, the same the Fortress we sent to grave from the Synchro summon can come back on the field by discarding the Citadel in our hand, and we have more than lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, it should be. We have LP boost. I don't know what that is actually. Let's see. It's still him to go first. He's got the Dream Mirror stuff. Dream Mirror, Kaya. I've seen this a little bit more recently, but I'm not sure that they can actually do something. We were not sure about this. So we got Dream Mirror of Joy. Honestly, I'm just gonna speed things up because I don't really know what they can do, to be honest. We have a couple of field spell, some back rows, that's fine. Let's see what we have, how we can handle this. Of course, Trishula is the answer. We got redeployment to begin with, discarding the Fortress that can be summoned from the grave. Keep in mind that we just started with that. There you go from the grave, then Righty Driver to summon the lefty. Keep in mind, a lot of people are just not going to expect a Trishula play. So it's going for that to banish the Fortress, but we can just summon another one. There you go, Trishula into banish 3, the 2 monsters and the field spell, and then Fortress back again on the field. Because keep in mind, as long as you have the level 8 or more to discard, you can summon Fortress from the graveyard as many times as you want. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. This was my rank up duel from Legend rank 4 of 5. We have Battle Chronicle. Oh, of course, why not? And it's us. It's still him to go first. We have Successor Soul. It's gonna be pretty bad. Right, Melody Awakening Dragon, so it's got the full opening. Of course, he got the Successor Soul. Then we have another special. So he's got double back row, double monster that can be tributed for the Successor Soul play. So we have to be careful. No Surge the Flare this time, so we just have to rely on the Fortress stuff, right? Then we went, of course, as you can see, we had the 001 in hand. I was just playing 1 at the time of this duel, that's why I discarded the 3. So if you just play 1, whenever you draw it, well, the 3 becomes a dead card. So I just normal summon the 1, and then I summon the Machina Fortress in order to have 8 Scarlight to pop everything, but it's got Successor Soul, of course, to avoid that happening, but we can still get the Fortress back into that. Now, when you activate the effect of Fortress, go always for the back row. So we're chilling and then chaining the effect of Citadel that comes back on the field. Super nice, super cool. Now, I was waiting, I can just activate the effect. He went for the effective alternative, Citadel, to pop itself and pop the other stuff, just as that monster, but we're left with nothing. Another Machina redeployment, super cool to get at this point, and we also have, actually we have nothing else. It's got Crackdown, super unlucky, because we don't have the lefty driver to banish, but it's got nothing else here. So now we got another Machina Fortress to pop both, just to get the Citadel back on the field, so we can start inflicting 3k damage. We're not done yet, let's see what it's got, just a back row, let's see what we have. We got lefty driver this time to get the righty. Now another fortress, because it didn't sit quite right with me to summon to have a synchro level 4. So I said, you know what, it's probably another Crackdown, I'm going with the fortress. So there you go, it's still the Citadel, but I'm still crashing. Effective fortress to pop the Crackdown, so I get my Citadel back, but also another Citadel comes back on the field. And that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. Here we go. Fourth win in a row. Another streak. We have Tachyon Dragon domination. It's us to go first this time. And we have the boy, Sad, just because it's nice to have it, just in case, you know, he pops it by battle. Well, we get to pop a card. And then we got the Herald of the Arclight on the field. Keep in mind, when you're planning to summon Herald, guys, always summon first the fortress, because if you have fortress in your hand and the Herald on the field, you can't summon it by discarding himself, because of course the monster sent from the hand gets banished when you have Herald on the field. So go always first with the fortress and then the Herald. So that's the turn one. It's got the Chalice, unfortunately, so literally not the best thing to happen right now. So we are not in a good spot. We don't have Kite Raiding there, so we have to be careful, but we have all these life points, and he's not gonna pay attention to that. So, right, we got Nebula Dragon, the Silage Seaford, so there you go. Galactical coming from the hand. It's got Tachyon Dragon to begin with, of course, super nice, super fun. Galactical Spiral Dragon from the hand. Why didn't he use from the graveyard? I don't know, but still, it comes back to grab the counter trap, and then the Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Wooden Dragon. He popped that, and he decided to pop it, and I said, you know what, I might as well trip it, you know. And he was, I think, just afraid, because he activated the Tachyon Transmigration, or he forgot he just negated this. I don't know. He wasted that anyway. Then he went rank up Xyz into the Cypher Blade Dragon. At this point, popping my fortress, that when it's targeted by an effect, it gets you to discard monster. Pretty nice. And then double attack, but 5k, it's not enough, dude. We know what that is, because we saw its end when we activate the effect of a fortress, and it was just a lens. But we play no back rows, to be honest, so super nice. Lefty driver to get the righty driver, and there you go, righty driver to summon the lefty. Guess what's happening? Usual finisher here, Trishula to banish 3, and then the fortress that comes back from the graveyard by discarding the Citadel, going for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. 6th or 7th duel, I don't remember, guys, but still. Shiranui is another very common deck. It's us to go first. We have the redeployment, and unfortunately we had the 001 in end. That's why in the final list that I gave you, I'm just going for double 001. So in this case, my best turn 1 was just to go into the double Xyz Fortress into the Dracosoc. So what happens is, I actually made a mistake right now, because I should have discarded the 001 instead of the 3 in order to be able to summon this guy back from. So what happens is that this guy was in the graveyard, actually even in hand. Actually no, it's only when it's in your graveyard, but I forgot I still have my normal summon. So even if I discarded this guy would have come back from the graveyard whenever I summon the 2 tokens, because the 2 tokens are machines. Keep in mind that. Anyway, I still have my level 4 convoys. You can see pretty nice with the token. And keep in mind now, we have a negation, and this guy can't be destroyed by battle or card effects as long as we control the token. Super cool. We got Shiranui style successor to get, of course, it's got this Mizuki end. Squire to begin with, you know what, I'm banishing it, just because I didn't want him to have too many monsters on the field. Now he's left with the Spectre's Wordplay, and the draw, of course, of Squire being banished, but that's fine. Double Mizuki is attacking, of course, the token, and we're cool. But now, guess what happens? Dracosack again to summon the 2 tokens, and guess who comes back? The 001. The 001. Now, we first started with the Dracosack to pop the back row. We forced that, and he went for that. Such a stupid play, because we can just flip that up, and now we got the level 3 Daxbot. First, we got the boost to boost himself, and then we got Synchro level 4 Old Entity Astor attacking at this point, and guess what? We got lethal. So in this case, we were just lucky he had no back rows to begin with. Actually, he had a back row. He had just 1 back row. We were lucky he had just 1 back row. But our turn 1 was super cool. Hope you liked it. That's how you do, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, we have the rank up to Cog. Guys, I just realized that in these duels there is no Sky Striker matchup. But if you check the live stream on Friday, you're gonna see even there are also some duels against Sky Striker. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't save any about Sky Striker. So sorry for that, but you can deal with that as well. So we got Dragon Spirit of White. This is Battle Chronicle, of course, but with Dark Magician, so we have to be careful about that. We have a good turn 1 because we have basically everything with the Surge of the Flare, the Synchro level 4 toolbox. We started with the Fortress, and then of course the 003 summoning the 001. It's got success also to begin with on the tuner, unfortunately, actually on the tuner, but that's still fine because we got the he's got the Dark Magician. Then we have the Surge the Flare's effect in order to pop the back row, and the 003. Because the 003 was destroyed, the Citadel comes back on the field. Now I attacked with the Fortress because I wanted to actually pop the Fortress, and when Fortress is destroyed by battle, we can pop a card. And that was the perfect choice, because he's got Eternal Soul. We don't care, because even if he summons on a Dark Magician, we're gonna pop the Eternal Soul. He has the Apprentice, we can take that damage, we don't care. But now that the Fortress is destroyed, we pop the Eternal Soul, leaving an open field that Surge the Flare and Citadel can attack gravely. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Super nice climb on the 20th of April, so second half of the month. As you can see, this deck, of course, is cog worthy. It's super fun to play, and only notes that I want to put here is that Surge the Flare, it's a super play, but if you don't have triple copies, you can just don't play it, or if you feel like you want to play still those many cards, you can just play generic back rows. Keep in mind that all of this is just without generic back rows. No stable, we're just playing one last wind, but just because I wanted to complete the limited 3 pack, of course, because I was playing 2 Citadels that are limited 3, and I just want to play another limited 3. Of course, one last win is not going to make the difference, but yeah, without stables, that's how you cog, my boys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.